Welcome back, fellow milk drinkers, to yet another Monday Milk Review. My name is Jacob, and today we're going to be looking at two iced coffees by Nippy's. Nippy's is a company based in South Australia, which actually sent me a massive box of their products. If you want to check that video out, I'll be linking it down below. But otherwise, if you're new here, the Monday Milk Review is a weekly series where we check out a new, weird or wacky flavored milk. If you enjoy this week's episode, be sure to drop a like to help me out, and why don't you even subscribe if you want to keep up to date with all of the episodes I release. Now, back to Nippy's. Why is there two on the table, and why are they different? They are both Nippy's iced coffee range, except one of them is the no added sugar variant. The no added sugar variant is both lactose and gluten-free, while the standard version is just gluten-free. Both of them have 35% less fats than a standard full cream milk. So if you're planning on watching your intake, these are both potentially really good items for you. And if you're lactose free, I've always gone to Zimmel as my #1 recommendation. I'll be comparing the no added sugar variant to Zimmel's iced coffee. It'll be interesting to see how a both long life and lactose free variant can compare against what my usual recommendation would be. But with that all out of the way, let's get into the standard version first. On the right here, we have the standard iced coffee. Let's give it a good shake. Now it is a soft bottle, be sure not to squeeze too tight, otherwise you'll have a spill on your hands. Pouring it out, it is a very pale color, which it's a little paler than what you'd expect compared to something like a Dare. I feel Dare usually has a little bit more of a rich color, but regardless, the color isn't everything. Often it can be quite misleading. Smelling from the glass, it's got a really rich aroma of the coffee, which obviously you'd kind of expect, but it's got quite a good smell. Let's get into the taste test. That's really nice. That's super sweet and easy to drink. That's a really tasty iced coffee. I could very easily drink this right away. There's a tiny bit of cream separation in the drink, which I actually noted in, I think, last week's episode as well. In these long life milks, you do sometimes get cream separation, and you can see little bits of cream floating in the drink. Although it looks a little bit unappealing, it is normal and it doesn't indicate that the milk's off. Honestly, it's a really nice iced coffee. I'm not big on iced coffee, but this one's super smooth. It goes down really easily. It's very sweet. Probably for normal coffee drinkers, you may not like this, but if you like a sweet iced coffee, this would be perfect for you. I'm gonna give it maybe an 8.5 out of 10. It's really nice. I'd probably recommend it over a Dare. A Dare has a really bitter aftertaste, but it'd be really interesting to compare Dare's nutritional table up against Nippy's. Let's move on to the no added sugar variant now. As always, be sure to give them a really good shake. Let's crack it open now. Ooh, a much richer scent than the last one. Pouring it in, it is roughly the same color, but I'm gonna say there's a slight difference in the consistency as well. How does it smell in the glass? Oh yeah, it's 100% got a way richer coffee aroma. That one's way more strong. And I noticed that the separation between the foam and the actual liquid happened much quicker for the no added sugar variant. But let's get into the drink now, shall we? Ooh, yeah, okay, that's way more bitter. It's got a much stronger taste. It's definitely nowhere near as sweet. There's a bit of a weird aftertaste, which is kind of grainy. I could only really liken it to a Wheat Bix. A Wheat Bix has this certain wheaty flavor to it, which I'm picking up remnants of from the no added sugar variant. Of course, I'll be putting up the nutritional information for this drink as well as the caffeine values. I know that some people are going to be really interested in that. I personally am as well, but it definitely seems that you've got two bases covered with the two drinks present. If you prefer something a little bit more bitter, the no added sugar variant will definitely meet your criterias. But if you're a sweets person, just the standard version is really nice. If you can't drink lactose for dietary reasons or health concerns, I would still recommend this this, I think it's quite nice, but I definitely lean towards just the standard version. Luckily, the standard version is actually pretty easy to acquire. I've seen them in Coles, just in the long life milk section. However, the no added sugar variant I haven't seen very often, so you would probably need to order wholesale through the Nippy's website or check out IGA. IGA does have some Nippy's range. I don't think I can rate this one as high as I can the standard variant. I obviously don't have any dietary restrictions. I can drink the normal version as well as the lactose-free version. So whilst the standard variant gets an 8.5, was it? I can't remember. Whatever it got, this one's not going to be as high. I'm thinking maybe a 6. It's good, it's not great. So a big question for the lactose-free drinkers would be that would I recommend this one over Zimmel's Choice? And I honestly don't know which way I could lean because it would be very much up to the person's preferences. I prefer Nippy's just because it's long life. It's much easier to keep and just drink as you want it. The Zimmel's is long life, but I don't think it's as long life as Nippy's. So I would go that way from a practicality standpoint. I think Nippy's is probably going to be a little bit more expensive, a little harder to find, but I think its benefits outweigh the negatives. That about wraps us up for this week's episode of the Monday Milk Review. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to support my plight in trying all of the new and weird flavored milks that Australia has to offer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next week in the Monday Milk Review. Bye bye!